Hey friends, welcome into my video today. My name is Shary and I'm here with you to do another installment of the 3 and 15 hashtags. So it's the Don't Freak Out Before Christmas, hashtag 3 and 15 DFBC, Don't Freak Out Before Christmas. It's brought to us by Dee Dee Farago. And this particular project, I've made one already, and I'm just using scraps from the projects we've been doing already. So keep that in mind. But what you're going to need is you're going to need your paper. You're going to need paper clips, 3 of them. In my case, I had to find 4 because I made a prototype. And you're going to need some burlap or whatever you choose to use as your pin loop. Burlap can get a little bit raggedy, you know, but that's okay. I'll clean that up. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well, and I hope you're all looking forward to this project today. It's a little cute, excuse me, little pin loop you can put like on a page and stick a pin in. Isn't that cute? These pins are a little bit hard because they have that grippy stuff on there, but if I had a smoother pin nearby, I could show you. But yeah, so we're going to make these little pin loops, and I'll show you what you're going to need. You're going to need 3 pieces of paper that are 1 3/4 by 5. You're going to need 3 pieces of 2 1/8 by 1 1/2. 3 pieces of 1 3/4 by 2 1/2, and the loop is going to be 2 1/2 by 1 1/2. So it's actually a very simple project. I've got 3 sitting aside here to do. They are cut to the 1 3/4 by 5. You just need to figure out which one you want, what order you want it in on your paper clips. So let's see, which one would I want for the top on this one? I think I'm going to want that down there. Yeah, so yeah, because that'll fold over. Oh, but that's got writing on it, so let's do it that way. Okay, let's do this. Alrighty, so find your orientation of however you're going to want them. If you have anything that's got writing or needs to be oriented in a certain way, and you're just going to take and you're going to cut. I mean, you could measure if you really wanted to go right in the middle. I'm just sort of eyeballing it, and I'm just cutting up just a little ways. This is to make the banner, and you can cut them all at the same time, make it quicker for yourself. Just kind of corner to corner there, and I'll cut all 3 while we're doing it. Just make sure none of these are really that they don't have a directional pattern, just a little bit of wording, but it's not going to matter. And you can come up as far as you want. I'm just sort of eyeballing it just to make your little banner shape. And I do apologize if you hear Max outside barking. The school bus is just dropping the kids off, so he barks at the same kids every day. Some of these, my measurements were a little off, so if that's the case, I'll clean it up on the edges. I noticed that on my prototype. I don't know why. I thought I was getting it cut exactly when I ran it through my cutter, but you know how paper is. So yeah, so he may be barking at the school bus. If he comes in here and starts barking at me, I'll pause the video and get him a snack or something like I always have to do. But yeah, so I hope you guys are all doing okay today. I'm doing pretty good. I got some chores done. Excuse me for 1 second. I'm gonna get a drink of my water. I'm very thirsty. All right, so what you're going to want to do with these, as I said, figure out what you want on top and what you want, you know, which order you wanted it as far as the top piece, the middle piece, and the bottom piece. In my case, I think I'll go like that. I don't think that It really matters, but it does break it up a little bit. So what you're going to do is your bottom piece, you're going to lay down, set your others off to the side, take the piece you want on top of that, and you're going to come up about, right at about 1 inch. Let me get my glue. You're going to come up right about 1 inch, roughly from the bottom. So be somewhere right in there, okay? So you're just gonna kind of lay it on there. You know where you're gonna find the top, and you're gonna glue just this side and the bottom. And it is a little bit hard to glue holding it in the air, but we'll do the best we can. So then I just kind of guess and come back in and put it right at about 1 inch up from the bottom. Get it on there straight as you can. Grab your paper towel. Where's mine? Just sort of get that down there good. Like I said, if you have any edges that you feel you're off a little bit, you can always just go back and trim those up. And then again, you're going to take this, keeping my bottom here. That's 1 inch. That's, oop, my husband just got home. Hold on, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. My husband got home a little earlier than I expected, and Max was going nuts. So anyway, okay, so we've come up about 1 inch there. I got that crooked slightly. And again, pick up your tag, your paper there, glue your side and your bottom. Come in, figure about where your inch is at, and again, lay your paper down. Like I said, somehow I got off a little bit on my measurements, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry too much about it. I can clean it up. And at the end of the day, it probably wouldn't matter much, but since I'm looking at it, I'm going to do that. Okay, so there we have the 3 glued together. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to turn it over, and we're going to find... We're going to get our paper clip. We're going to orient it so that the solid part is on the bottom. When you put your paper clip on, you're going to want to slide it on so that your solid piece is on the bottom. And I only had the one silver paper clip, and all of my paper clips all I have is colored ones. So just be real careful, because keep in mind you've got the one side glued, so it's going to want to... It's a little bit sticky there. Fumble fingers here. Just take your time and work it down over that, and you're going to come about 1/2 inch below your bottom banner here once you get it over there. So roughly about 1/2 inch. And then you're going to take and you're just going to fold it as best you can, straight as you can. You can take your bone folder. You can try to burnish it just a little bit. It's a little bit hard with it on the paper clip, but just do the best you can. Now you're going to lift up, and you're only going to glue these little flap. You're going to glue where the paper clip is, this little flap right here, and this one's pretty much already glued down. So you're just going to glue that, and right here, I think, yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, so take your glue and just come in here, right along your bottom of there, glue that down. And then you're going to glue, oops, I think that's what I did. Yeah, just glue that, your bottom, that's what I would do, just glue your bottom flap because that's already glued. So then with your tag open like this, your paper clip pin loop open, you're going to take your, what you want to use for your loop, fold it in half. You're going to want to come in about, oh, I'm going to say about a ½ inch, maybe just enough. If you have a pin, let me see if I can find one that doesn't have one of those grips on it. Most of my pins do. But if you have a pin that you use a lot or whatever, you can just sort of eyeball it, grab your pin, figure about where you're going to need it. And I don't have one of those little Tim Holtz staplers, so I'm just going to do it this way, making sure it's kind of straight. And I'm going to come in and I want the smooth side of the staple on the outside, so I'm just doing it that way. If you need to make any adjustments, go ahead and adjust that. It's a little bit harder this way, but it works for me. Got it stapled in, and then now you're going to take just some Fabri-Tac or some kind of glue like that, and you're going to glue all this down real good. I should have inked the back of this before I did that, but it's okay. Just sort of glue all of this down real good, and it's going to be kind of gloopy. But we're going to fold that down. And we don't want to smush the glue into this side because remember we've got a couple little tuck spots there. And I don't think I showed you that. It's going to be gloopy glue. And then you're going to take and you're just going to fold your burlap out of the way and just secure it down. Let it dry for a little bit, okay? So what I'll show you is, I glued the wrong side. That's what I just did. I just glued the wrong side. Okay, so, no I didn't. Did I? I put my pin loop on the wrong side. That's what I did wrong. Okay, oh well. You know what? It'll work because, well, it won't work. It won't work because it's going to have to slide on this way. Well, the thing is you just won't have a little tuck spot for this one. And I'll show you what I mean on the one I made. So you've got these little cards. These are our little 2 1/8 and 1 1/2 by 2 1/8 by 1 1/2, and then so you've got this little space here where you can slide these cards in, if I did it right. I think I did. Doesn't seem like it wants to slide in. Hold on, fumble fingers here again. Oh yeah, okay. So see, you've got a little opening here. You can slide your bigger card in, and then you've got a smaller card. That's your 1 3/4 by 2 1/2, and you can slide that in there. And then you've got, I think maybe I came over too far with the glue or something. But anyway, we'll do 2 more and I'll try to get that right. So this one will work with a pin loop on this side. You just won't have your tuck spots. So that's it, kids. That's what I did wrong. That's what I did wrong. Okay, let's try this again. But we're going to leave this to dry while we're trying another one. So that's why we do prototypes, and that's why we practice. So we're going to have, which one do I want for the bottom? I think I'll do that one for the bottom. Okay, and then I'm going to do this one for the middle. So I'm going to find my right about 1 inch. Come up. find where my top is, glue just this side and the bottom as best you can in the air, floating in the air. Come and lay it down right at about your 1/2 inch, or your inch, I'm sorry, your inch. Right at your inch. Smooth her down, squish out any glue you might need there. We're going to do our 3rd one on the top. We're going to find about our inch. Lay that on there. Find where that is on the back of your page or on your tag thing. Don't feel like I'm explaining anything very well today. Again, we're going to come in. We're going to lay this down right at that inch mark. Okay, so you're going to have something that looks like this. Oops. Except I just squished it off of there. Something that looks like this. Do as I say, not as I do, right? Baby. Oy vey, oy vey, oy vey. So pay attention this time, Shary, because you goofed it up last time. Okay, so we've got all these together now, remember? We're going to take our paper clip with the solid part there toward, we want it to go through there. Sometimes that's the hardest part because he's just like barely fit. Flip it over. Again, we're going to get it down over these other pieces. There we go. Get it to where it is about 1/2 inch or so. Yeah, right at about 1/2 inch is probably just about right. Okay, and we're going to fold it over. Oops, I got that one on backwards. Supposed to have this side facing. How can that be? There we go. There we go. Now we got it. Now we got it. Okay. No, now we don't got it. Because I was doing it backwards. There we go. Now, yep, that's going to be right. Okay. Wiggle it down there about 1/2 inch or so. We're going to fold it over. So we're going to want to remember, I know what I did. That's what I did wrong. Okay, that's what I did. I didn't flip it back over. So glue this flap down where your paper clip is. Okay, just going to give that a little squeeze. Then you're going to flip it back right side up this time. That's how you're going to get your pin loop on the correct side, okay? So flip it up. Oops. Yeah, that's how you're going to have to do it. So I don't know why she said to glue. Oh, maybe she just, never mind. She was just saying to glue these down a little bit. That's what it was. So just glue that little flap down a little. All you're doing is gluing that down while it's in there. That's right. And then your paper clip, I put a little glue on the paper clip and that's going to be quite all right. So now you're going to take your pin loop again and you're going to put it inside about 1/2 inch or so, however far you want it in. And you're going to staple it, but I have to turn mine upside down because I have to staple it this way. You know, I looked at, when I was at Joann's the other day, I looked at the little Tim Holtz fasteners, but I didn't grab one. Suppose I probably should, but. Okay, so we got that. Now what we're going to want to do is take our Fabri-Tac. Wait for it to get down there. I put it in this. This is one of those, I think they're called Sugar Bell bottles. I got it at Joann's. Comes in the baking section. Oops. They're just real easy to squeeze. So you're gonna get your dude closed back up again. Remember, we don't want to squish glue on this side because that's the side we're gonna have a little tuck spot on. Again, fold your burlap out of the way and just secure that to let it dry. Okay, so we'll let that one dry, get to our last one, and we'll be done. And how are we going to want that one? Let's put this one on the top this time and this one on the bottom. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so this is the bottom right here, right? We're going to put this one in the middle. So we're going to come up about our inch, lay it on there, figure about where your glue is going to go. So last night was Taco Tuesday, and we're just going to have leftovers tonight. They were so good, and we have a lot of leftover everything to make them with. Either that or tostadas, but for some reason I'm just craving another taco. They were so good. And I made Spanish rice. My mother-in-law makes the best Spanish rice. And I'm not real crazy about Spanish rice in restaurants usually, but I love her Spanish rice. So she's taught me how to make it. And that's what I had for breakfast. And another tomato sandwich for lunch out of my garden. Because, you know, I mean, why not? I've got those beautiful tomatoes, and you've got to eat them while they're still nice and fresh. So, yep. So tomato sandwich I had for breakfast. I had rice for lunch I had tomato sandwich. For breakfast I had rice. And for dinner I'll have tacos and rice again. Okay, here we go. One more time, right at about the inch. Half inch, I mean. No, inch. Inchy mark. Okay. One thing about our glitter glue, it does dry quick. This one's a little bit off, so just gonna give that a little trim up. A little off on the other side too. Not too much, but it was just a little bit. Okay. All right, now that we've got this all on there together, we're going to take our last paper clip. We're going to make sure that our small inside is pointed that way. We want the solid part to go over our paper. There we go. Turn it over, slide it down carefully. Remembering you have your glue spots about a half an inch. Okay, we're going to fold that over. Fold that over. Find our bone folder. Give it a burnish as good as we can. It's kind of hard with the paper clip, but just do the best you can. That's all you can do. Okay. And you're going to take and just glue these little flaps down. That's what it was. So see where you've got a little flap, just put a little glue there and a little glue there. It doesn't have to be a lot, but just secure those down a little bit. And again, we're going to take our last piece of burlap, fold it in half, figure about where you want it. That seems to have worked out pretty good. I'm going to give it a staple, 2 staples to be exact. 1 and 2. There we go. And then now we're going to come in with our Fabri-Tac again. I'm going to get that paper clip area real good. Get our burlap real good. Go around the edge. Fold her down. Try not to squish out too much glue on this side where you're going to want to have your little tuck spot. Now we're going to take another clamp and clamp that down, and let me grab, maybe I can grab one of these ones from my first one that I did going the wrong side. Okay, so that can sit aside. So now we've got, I'm going to try something real quickly. Why I wasn't sure why this one wasn't going in further. We'll see how it fits on the other one. So let's try it on this one that we made. Now remember, oh yeah, we're not going to have a tuck spot on that one because I glued it. I stapled it backwards and I glued that on the wrong side. So see, it's a good thing we always do our prototypes, right? Even though my prototype came out right, my first one didn't. So technically then on these, you'll have a spot for your small tuck and a spot for your larger piece of paper. See, so there you have it. I'm just gonna let these sit and glue. This is what your finished product's gonna look like. Super cute, super, super cute, super, I would say super easy, but I managed to goof it up, so I don't know how super easy that one was, but it really is cute. So, oops, that's wrong. All right, you guys. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I didn't make it too confusing for you, but this is what your end product is going to look like, and you can use it in your journals or whatever you want to do. So, all right, thanks for watching, you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.